sharing screener for the council, and I'm so very honored to be here. And I'm very inspired that it takes speaking up and not being bullied and persisting and not quitting, never ever giving up. And it took 106 years, but let's continue. Let's stay together and let's continue to speak up and fight for what's right. I'm very honored. Thank you very much.
I'll be brief. Constantine Anthony. I was elected in November, and just days after that election, I saw so many of our Armenian brothers and sisters deal with the news coming from Artsakh. There were many Greeks and many Syrians that were taken in those years, 1915, 1916, 1917. And so it is so appreciative to know that our Armenian brothers and sisters are finally getting the recognition they deserve, getting the acknowledgement of what a genocide is. The word didn't even exist 106 years ago, and to know that we are able to see it for what it is and to know what happened, that the truth comes to light, is so powerful. Thank you so much.
Okay, good morning everyone. 106 years ago, a tragedy took place, and today the United States government has formally recognized that tragedy. But as so many of my esteemed colleagues have said, the work isn't done. A couple months ago, the city of Burbank revoked our friendship city status with the group. We also took the first step of recognizing the Republic of Artsakh. And that is the next step that we ask my colleagues in Congress and of our federal government. And as we do this together, we have to remember that we have to be students of history. We must always remember that what happened can never be forgotten, and we must meet ongoing discrimination and violence and genocide with an equal measure of resistance and commitment to freedom and democracy wherever it is. Thank you all. God bless you all, and thank you to all the organizers of today's event.
Identify yourself, please, so we have it on the screen.
Yes, Nick Schultz, Burbank City Council.
Arilus Hay Ժողովուրդ. It is by the way, I just said good morning, Armenian. Those of you who don't speak Armenian. And what a wonderful morning it is. I am Dr. Armand Agakanian. I'm a member of Burbank Board of Education. I'm very proud to be here not only with all of our champions. Some of them I've known over 20 years. We've been fighting this fight for so long. Sorry, I'm not going to get emotional, but we're here today finally. And thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden, for finally recognizing the truth. Here at Burbank, our school district's also been at forefront, not only recognizing the Armenian Genocide, not only making sure that we teach about the past and all the atrocities that happened against 1.5 million Armenians, but also we have a zero tolerance when it comes to people that want to deny the past. And trust me, we've been confronted several times when it comes to, the past. And the truth is, this happened. It took us 106 years to get here, but we're finally here. But we need to continue the education, as some of my friends said earlier. As we speak today, the bones of young soldiers being delivered to their parents. Young soldiers who went to the front fighting for their motherland. They were annihilated by weapons, drones that were purchased by oil money from Azerbaijan and Turkey. Let us not forget that as we speak right now, these atrocities continue. So I do want to thank the city of Burbank and Glendale and Burbank Board of Education and my colleagues for asking for the recognition of Artsakh as an independent country, as a nation, but also making sure that we continue our fight This is not over. We're just getting started. So I want to take this opportunity to introduce my colleague, another champion for the Armenian Genocide and all human causes, our board president, Mr. Steve Friedman.
Thank you. I'm Steve Rittner, president of the Burbank Board of Education. My colleague has spoken so eloquently, as have all the speakers before us. I don't know that I could put it anymore. So I'm proud to be a part of this recognition this morning. I want to thank President Biden for the decency and the courage to finally admit the truth on behalf of our country. It's an incredible step and one that's been long waited for in this community. I want to thank the ANCA and all their supporters locally. It's been my privilege to work with them in my time on the board and to be a supporter of theirs as they have been of me. We will continue to try, and as my colleague said, as a school board, we have recognized the genocide, recognized the need to do more, and we will continue to try and do more. So thank you.
It's also my honor to introduce my new colleague and our newly elected board member, Emily Weisberg, who's also been a great champion for the Armenian Genocide and all the human rights causes. Dr. Weisberg.
Hi. As a member of the Jewish community, this month we also recognize Holocaust Remembrance Month. And I speak from experience when I say that the only way that healing can begin is when you recognize that a wrong has been committed. When perpetrators admit the wrong they have done, and you can begin to heal. So I am overwhelmed that President Biden today has done the right thing, and the United States has joined in recognizing that this wrong has been committed. It is my hope that this is the beginning of a healing process, and that we as members of the Burbank Board of Education can support our Armenian students, our Armenian parents, our Armenian staff and teachers, and that we can continue to educate, because never again means all of us. Never again means all of us, whether that's our Armenian community, the Uyghur community in China, the Jewish community. So I stand in solidarity with my Armenian brothers and sisters. I stand in solidarity with all of our students, teachers, faculty, and staff when I say how proud I am to stand with President Biden, Congressman Schiff, and others as we begin the healing process by recognizing 106 years too late the Armenian Genocide. Thank you.
Thank you to all my colleagues. I think all my colleagues. I know our program has run long. If there are just a couple of quick questions from anyone in the press, happy to do this.
What do you think changed that allowed President Biden to do what no president had done before?
Well, I think a number of things changed. This president came into office with a Congress that was united behind recognition. For 19 years, I carried a bill to recognize the Armenian Genocide with the strong support of my colleague, Representative Chu. That bill passed last session with 405 votes. That was the first time that bill was taken up on the House floor in decades. A similar measure in the Senate passed on a unanimous voice vote. So the president understood that should he take the step of recognizing the genocide, that he would have a united Congress behind him. What's more, I think Joe Biden has reached the point of his life and career where he is more than ready to speak the plain facts of history and damn the consequences. And he comes to office with a lifetime record of being a champion for human rights, someone who understood deeply the facts and the history of the Armenian people and of the genocide. So that is what has changed. And I also think that the backdrop of this terrible war and the threat of future genocides in the region prompted him to act as he did. Thank you all so much for coming today. Thank you to the city of Burbank, and God bless America.